Chapter 6 Sprint Training and Recovery. In this section, we're going to expand on some recovery techniques that you can do after a sprint session to improve your body's ability to recover from the intense workout that you had. Proper recovery is vital to avoid excessive soreness and will allow your body to build up the right muscles to improve your ability to sprint. There are three main aspects of recovery that you're going to cover, so keep reading. Water. Staying hydrated is necessary for all of your body's functions, and is especially important when your body is losing extra water through sweat and working harder than normal. Avoiding drinking a lot of water before you work out because you don't want it sloshing around your stomach as you run. But be sure to drink at least 3 glasses, 24 ounces of water within an hour after your workout, then continue drinking for the rest of the day. Nutrition. If you're not giving your body what it needs to build your muscles up and recover from an intense workout, you're going to find yourself struggling day after day. If you want your body to be as healthy as possible, you can't do it with exercise alone. So if you haven't already made changes to your diet to improve your health, it's time to start. Shortly after your workout, you want to give your body a big dose of protein and a few simple sugars. Protein is what your muscles will use to repair the damage you did during the workout and make your muscles stronger. Simple sugars are important because you have likely burned through what you had in your body before. Having a protein shake with a piece of fruit is a perfect post-workout snack. About an hour after your workout, you'll want to eat a good meal that includes more lean protein, some healthy fats, and lots of vegetables. Getting plenty of vegetables will not only give you some more good carbohydrates that your body can use, but it will also provide you with a ton of antioxidants which help remove the waste your muscles burn during the workout. Sleep. You want to make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep when you're pushing your body hard for sprinting training. If possible, you should take a nap about 2 hours after your workout. The timing is important because it's about 2 hours after your exercise that your body really starts repairing the muscle damage, so allowing yourself to completely rest during that time will help your body focus fully on recovery. It's also important that you're getting enough sleep at night. Most adults should be getting between 7 and 8 hours of sleep every night. Sprint training and exercising in general should help you feel more tired at the end of the day, but if you're still not getting all the sleep you need, there are a number of techniques that you can try that will help you get a full night of rest every night. The bottom line with recovery is that the better you recover, the better you can sprint on the next training day. Chapter 4 Simple Ways to Improve Sprinting Technique for a Beginner. The simplest way to improve your sprinting technique when you are just beginning is to work on your form. If you don't establish a good form early on, then you will waste time trying to correct your form and put yourself at a higher risk of injury. That's why this part of the course is going to focus on the proper sprinting form. Getting ready. Everything in your body should be facing forward. That means your shoulders, hips, and feet should all be pointing towards the finish line. Your eyes too should be looking frontward and looking at the track about 10 meters ahead. Prepare to engage your core muscles for added power by tightening your abdominal muscles and pulling your belly button inward. Your upper body, including your jaw, neck, and shoulders, should be relaxed, so take a deep breath before your sprint and purposely relax those muscles. If you are clenching them as you run, you will make your body work harder than necessary in these areas, taking energy away from the other muscles. Assuming the proper standing starting position is as easy as moving your dominant leg, right if you are right-handed, back slightly while keeping most of your weight on your non-dominant leg, which is at the starting line. Then, bend your knees a little as you bend slightly at the waist. Your arms should also be in position, with your non-dominant arm back and your dominant arm forward. Proper sprint form. Begin by pushing up with your front leg, using your toes to launch yourself forward. From there, every stride should look the same. Your dominant leg should extend outward until your knee is at the same level as your hip. Your ankle and knee should be at 90 degrees angles. Your opposite arm should be back and kept bent at a 90-degree angle. Then you'll use your dominant leg to propel yourself forward and get your non-dominant, also called supporting leg, into the same position and continue until you reach the finish line. As you run, you will also need your arms to move in sync with your legs to improve speed. Keep your elbows bent at 90-degree angles, your hands and shoulders relaxed, and move your hands in rhythm with your knees, from your hip up to your chin. When each foot hits the ground, you want to land first with your heel, then roll your foot forward to launch yourself from your toe as you did on your first stride. Having strong, powerful footfalls is one of the most important parts of being able to increase your sprinting speed. How to practice form. The best way to practice your form is during your warm-up, because it's a lot easier to remember everything when you're moving slower. If you're not working with a trainer or a seasoned sprinter, then you may benefit from recording yourself and reviewing the videos to see how well you did and where you need to improve. There are also tools that can help you, which will be discussed later in this course. Chapter 5. Basic Sprint Training Routine for Beginners. When you first get into sprint training, you will only be able to sprint for 2 days of the week because of the high level of intensity involved in sprinting. However, as your body improves and can handle more, you may be able to move up to 3 days per week. On those days, you will want to closely follow this sprint training routine for beginners. 1. Warm-up. Before you push your muscles to the max, you need to get them ready by warming up. There are a number of warm-ups that you can do to separate the sprint, so you can swap out some of these for similar activities to suit your needs and preferences. What's important is that you take the time to warm up before you begin sprinting. Briskly walk or jog for 10 minutes. If you are on a track, go around twice. Be sure to be practicing your sprinting form as much as possible during this. Find a vertical surface to do a forward and sideways wall swings. You'll want to do at least 10 of each with each of your legs. Do high knees by running in place for 1 minute while getting your knees up as high as possible. Do butt kicks by running in place for 1 minute while kicking your butt with your heels. Finish off with some bodyweight lunges for about 1 minute for each leg. 2. Interval training. Sprint training has to be done through interval training, which means you change your pace and work out intervals, rather than simply going hard for the entire training session. It's important to give your body time to rest and recover between sprints. We're going to give you 2 ways to break up this part of the training into intervals, one based on time and the other on distance. Method 1. Distance. Note, this method works best if you are using a standard 400-meter track to train on. Sprint for 400 meters, 1 complete lap. Walk for 400 meters. Sprint for 200 meters, 1 straight side and 1 curve of the track. Walk for 200 meters. Sprint 100 meters, either 1 straight side or 1 curve. Walk for 100 meters. Method 2. Time. Sprint for 1.30 minutes. Walk for 1.30 minutes. Sprint for 1 minute. Walk for 1 minute. Sprint for 30 seconds and walk for 30 seconds. 3. Cool down. Equally important as the warming up, cooling down properly will help your muscles relax back to normal without becoming knotted or tense. There are so many stretches you can do for each of the major muscle groups you will be working on, so pick a couple for each group that work well for you and do those during each of these parts of the cool down. Slowly jog or briskly walk for 15 minutes or 2 complete laps of the track. Stretch your hamstrings, stretch your quads, stretch your glutes, stretch your calves, stretch your abductors, and stretch your abdominals. In the next part of the course, we're going to focus even more on recovery options for sprinting training. Chapter 9. Plyometric Training. Although the primary focus of sprint training should be the actual sprinting itself to improve your speed and form, there are a number of other exercises that you can do to build up the muscles that you use to move fast. That's where plyometric training comes in. In this part of the course, we're going to explain what plyometric training is and give you 3 exercises that will help you with your speed. What is plyometric training? Plyometric training is also known as jump training because its main focus is on various high-intensity jumping exercises to increase your speed and strength. There are a number of different exercises that fall under the category of plyometric training, but you will have to be careful which ones you do because some are meant for strength training, whereas others will increase your speed. When adding plyometric exercises into your sprint training routine, be sure to do this on days that you are not sprinting. This is because these exercises are equally high-intensity exercises, and doing these along with sprints in the same day is too hard on your muscles. You should limit plyometric training to 2 days per week. Here are 3 plyometric exercises that will help you increase your speed. Forward bounce. For this exercise, you will essentially be sprinting one stride at a time. The goal is to use as much force as possible to move yourself forward into a long bound. Be sure to use proper sprint form for this drill as you drive yourself off the balls of your foot from one stride to another. This will help you maximize your power output for every stride you take, and it can help you lengthen your strides. Do 3 sets of forward bounce of 20 yards each while allowing yourself 2 to 3 minutes of rest between sets. Repetitive standing long jumps. This drill will help you coordinate your upper and lower body, and will help you minimize the time you spend on the ground, which will help you move faster down the track. To do repetitive standing long jumps, begin with your feet in line with your shoulders, then jump forward as fast as you can. As soon as you touch the ground with the balls of your feet, launch yourself into another long jump, and so on. Do 3 sets of repetitive standing long jumps of 20 yards each, resting for 2 to 3 minutes in between sets. Depth jumps to standing long jumps. The objective of this plyometric exercise is to train your body to instantly explode forward when the balls of your feet hit the ground. To do a depth jump to a standing long jumps, start on a stable surface that is at least 1 foot high. Step off and be sure to land with both feet on the ground, then immediately perform a single standing long jump. Do 3 sets of 5 depth jumps to standing long jumps with 2 to 3 minutes of rest in between.